Welcome everybody to the B-roll workshop, especially if you're watching this as a recording and not here with us live. We're super excited to have you. Tara has a jam-packed agenda. So normally during our weekly coaching groups, you get 15 or 20 minutes of lesson, and then we do the exercise together, and then we get to live Q&A. Today, my guess is we're going to have a lot of B-roll stuff, but we do have a plan. So once Tara demonstrates her B-roll shots or whatever it is she's trying to teach you, we're going to stop and kind of ask the group that's here with us live to do a little bit of the exercise to get some practice, to make sure that when you're going into your on location shoots, you have a clear understanding without any questions of the angles and the depths and the things that Tara's trying to get you to get. So B-roll workshop, let's kick it off. Tara, what's on your mind? What have you been doing to prep?
Yay. Okay, so I'm so excited for this, y'all. I got real excited this morning because I'm like, oh, I gotta get ready. I gotta be ready before I'm ready. And I went right outside, got have all my toys, and I kind of went through my own process because in preparation for this, immediately I want to be like, oh, I want to write down all the shots. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go through it myself and that's what I love to share with you guys is the real stuff. Because I feel like if we think it has to be perfect and we have this shot list. Sometimes it gets complicated. And then I think, what do I actually do? Because that's where I feel like the magic is. It's like the workout. Which workout's going to work? The one you're going to do. All right. So some magical list that I'm never going to do is not helpful to me. I need to know what I'm actually going to do. So literally at 10 o'clock, I made myself be ready at 10 o'clock, knowing I'd meet Curtis around 11. And I'm like, I'm going to do what I do and what I would normally do so that I'm fresh and can tell you exactly what it looks like. And I recorded it all. It's hard for me to show you right now. It will need to be edited, but it helped me think of what you need to know if you don't have your list. The little habits you can do that you're going to get all the shots you want and feel good about it and get into practice because the practice is everything. And during this whole process, I was thinking a lot of like the first few times I went out in public because on Wednesday we're going to go out in public, right? And I remember a few times getting a camera out to do, to film something and I'd set it up and then like someone walks by and that feeling you feel where you're kind of like, oh, I feel like a dork, or like, oh, they must think I think I'm some kind of influencer or whatever. We go through all these thoughts. And there were times where I would just like grab my camera and be like, I'll just do it later. And the evolution of doing this a few times, now I'm like, no, I'm not. And now, I don't know if it's age or it's not, it partially could be age, but really I hear the phrase do it now in my head. I have that recording. I've done a reel with it before. Do it now, do it now. And I'm to the point like, oh, it's fine, no problem. I let someone walk by. I'm going to do it again. Someone else walks by. It's no problem. I'm not leaving until I get the shot. That's where I'm at now. I'm like, this is all I'm doing. Got nothing better to do to like get the shot. So that's kind of like a little evolution I've been through. And anyways, I feel like we have to get to that place and push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit and just take a breath and be like, you know what? This person's going to walk by. No one will be here in a second. Or actually, it's okay if they walk by because that's real life. I'll just move it over here. So, anyways, lots of things to share with you. When I was practicing this morning, I made a note of little things that I do that I wouldn't have necessarily written down to tell you to do, to teach you to do, which is exactly why I wanted to like go through the process myself. And one of those things is as I'm recording or setting up, I will talk out loud. I'll even turn my camera on as if I'm talking to someone, like I'm sort of just explaining what I'm doing, or like it's my own reality show. I don't really think like that, but I think of it as practice. Maybe I use it, maybe I don't, but I have it. And I actually did that this morning as I was in this room setting up my iPad and figuring out, okay, how am I going to do this in this room for y'all? I did that. I had the recorders on, or I'm sorry, the recording. I had the recording on my phone and my iPad because I was practicing positioning and I just started talking. And I just started telling people, or I almost think of it as like a FaceTime, what I was doing. I'm setting up right now, which I am. I'm basically just narrating what I'm doing. I'm setting up right now, getting ready for a B-roll workshop for my coaching cohort. And as I was doing it, I was sort of practicing talking, not thinking I'm going to use this on my stories. It was just me practicing. But then as soon as I was done, Curtis and I were meeting in this room and I'm like, hold on, I want to put this on my stories. The reason I say that is because whether I used it or didn't use it, it was practice for me. And even if I didn't use it, I could take the sound out and it's me talking, like sort of confidently talking while I'm doing something. I could use that as B-roll with a voiceover, or not even a voiceover, with a trending audio and text overlay. And it looks like I'm talking to someone because I am. So I think, not I think. I know that when you're making videos and you're practicing your talking heads or just talking, the more you practice, the better. Think of talking to one person. Think of sharing what you're doing. I like to think of it as I'm sharing it with my sister or my best friend. And then you sound, natural and you don't sound rehearsed. So that's a little trick that I seem to always do when I'm making B-roll. Even if it's like an outfit check or whatever, I'm talking in and out of it. And I have a list of other things I do here, but one of them I want to actually show you on the spot that you're going to love. So, anyways, how I show up for you guys today is excited and ready to get some really good content for you that you can use over and over and over. So you have those evergreen videos that you can grab at any time. We're going to be I want to really focus on placement where you are in the camera. So for instance, if this is my camera right here, I want to have shots this where I have space here if I want to have text. Because haven't you run into a time where you grab your B-roll and you're like, there's no place to put the text or it'll be too low. We know we don't want it too low. We know, we don't want it too far to the sides. We know where the text needs to be, but the video doesn't accommodate that. So this is our chance to really kind of make sure we have specific video that's ready for text. Of course, there's always ways to find it, to use it anyways, but it's nice when you have it all ready. Are you guys excited? Are you ready to go? All right, Curtis,
I
I'll
think
let
we're
you.
pretty ready, Tara. That was
Okay.
exciting. Thank you for checking in. I just want to point out one thing. Tara's been capturing B-roll for years, probably now, maybe more intentionally for the last couple of years. And still, she prepares a little bit. Still, she gets a little bit, not frazzled or nervous, but, like she's moving around and she's grabbing her stuff and she's trying a couple of different things. So I just want to give everybody a reminder and kind of acknowledge that for most of us, this is not supposed to feel natural yet or easy or comfortable, but neither does the first time you lift weights or eat different or do anything that's going to really move you forward. So just a reminder, like today and Wednesday and the next 100 times that you shoot B-roll intentionally like this, it's okay. Whatever you're feeling, it's okay. Just push through it, get through it as quickly as you can, and try to let go of the worries and the feelings about everybody else, because I promise you they won't be there and around when your business is hitting the way you want it to hit, when you're converting what you want to convert, when your B-roll is telling your story that you want to tell. So it's just worth it. So just remember Tara in her fabulous sequence and all her effort and energy to get ready. That's okay for you too. Like if it takes you an hour to get ready and your first hour B-roll sucks and your last 2 minutes is the one you use, good. You did it. You prepped. You figured it out. So I just want to acknowledge you, Tara. Thank you for showing up that way and telling everybody what's going on, and remind
Yeah.
us that that's okay too. So before we get started, I want to do a quick check-in in the chat here. Give me a yes, no, or kinda if you've done a B-roll shoot, a practice B-roll shoot since last Wednesday. So last Wednesday, if you were here, we talked about go practice. Look at the yeses. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. High
I
five,
love it.
2 high fives. And oh,
So good.
that is amazing. That is proof that we're ready, Tara. So good. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try and let this thing flow somewhat naturally, where Tara's gonna have a good amount she wants to show us. The moment someone either gets confused, like, hold on, I'm lost, Tara, lost, let's say lost, or B, someone is like so ready to try that right now. Like, I want to try it. I want you guys to either type, let's just practice real quick, type lost for me in the chat, so that's the bat signal you'll throw up if you get lost. Like, hold on, Tara's all over. I can't track, right? Or type ready the moment you decide, like, I want to try that shoot that she just showed us right now in my room at my office. Like, that'll give me and Tara an indicator when you've kind of like gotten enough from the moment to practice. Because I want to do Tara demonstrates, we practice. Tara demonstrates, we practice. So ready or lost. And just because one person throws up, it's not like the bus where if one person pulls the cord, we stop. But if I get enough people, like 2 or 3 say lost, I'll interrupt. Hey, Tara, everybody's lost on that last one. Let's backtrack a little bit. Let's go on that shoot. Or if I get 3 or 4 that say ready, I'm going to say, hey, Tara, they're ready to try that one. I think we've got it real quick. Let's get everybody trying this next thing. Does that sound like a plan? Lost, ready. And Tara, I think we're ready. So I know you showed up with shot lists and depths and ideas. It's yours. Take it away.
Okay, so I'm going to give you this real talk, Tara talk, okay? because you can chat GPT or Google a B-roll shot list if you want. And I have them. I have all the lists. But like I said at the beginning, I want real talk because that's who I am and that's what I know works. And I'm going to give you the secrets that chat can't give you. Okay. So number one, settings on your phone. Always take a little notice of settings on your phone. I like to use 4K when I'm in the camera because it's going to just be crisper and cleaner. I like to not zoom in. I like to use the one. Okay, I will use the 0.5 occasionally, but for today, we'll probably only use the regular number one setting where you're not zooming in because you can always zoom in when editing and then you're going to get a clearer picture. 4K will take up more space on your phone. So remember to switch it back if you're like taking videos of stuff where you don't care. I've left mine on there and I'm not sure what kind of trouble that's going to get me into with space, but I'm living on the edge over here. So we'll figure it out when we get there. Let's see. You can use the front camera or the back camera. Just quick, everybody probably already knows this, but it's going to be better quality if you use the back camera. That's where you're looking at it. And then the front camera is considered like the selfie camera. I do most in the selfie camera because I want to see where I am at. I don't want to run back and forth. And it turns out really well with our cameras, with our phones and the 4K. It's still really good and clear. If I can do it the other way, I will. When I can, I will because I know it's better. And I think of all the times I might want to repurpose video. So obviously I would like it in the best quality. But again, we're doing what we can do all the time. All right, so we have settings on your phone. Now we have, of course, there's many angles we can talk about, but I was telling Curtis before, when I'm actively doing it, like today when I was getting ready for this shot, and this is just before I get up and like move around, I always want something close up. I want something mid where it's like part of my body. And then I want far away where it's full body. And then there's more place for text if I want text. Okay. So I want you to think instead of, I remember when I did this training before, I had like the 3x3x3, something along those lines. Even that, like, I don't even remember what I said, to be honest. It's written down if I want to go look at notes, which I probably personally won't go back and look at notes. So I like to keep it really simple. And we all know the magic of three just in general. So the reason I like to say three as a minimum is you know that if you have three depths, three angles, three shot places, three movements, three clips of anything, magic is three or more when you're editing. So I always try to get three of something, whether that's I'm going to move the camera three times or I'm going to be in front of the camera three different depths or three different motions. I like to keep it just that simple because if it gets too complicated, I'm out. So I always want close up, mid, and far. And then I just think of directions too. A walk by, one way or the other, to and from. So you have depth again, walking to the camera, walking away from the camera. And then occasionally I'll do like something like this, where it's like a selfie mode. Everybody knows how to take a selfie and walk and talk with the phone, but just having a motion before the selfie. So just something like that, right? We always talk about grabbing attention with, your visual hook of a short form video. So in that first 3 seconds, any type of movement is fun. So those are basics that I kind of always do no matter where I'm at. It's just I instinctively do those things. Before I show you something else too, is I wrote this down and I circled it like a million times. A lot of times when we're creating B-roll, especially with nerves, if we're out and about, we move fast. Even at my house, sometimes I used to, because if people were around, I'd be like, I've just got to do it really quickly. No, no, no. When you hit record, take your time. And if you're moving around, no, you can use moving. But the reason I wrote the word pause and I circled it a million times. So when I'm up close to the camera, maybe I'm fidgeting, maybe I'm putting lip gloss off, whatever. I pause. I find something that I sort of like. Maybe it's where I am in the frame, knowing I can have words, and I pause for a second because then you can screenshot that later for a picture, for a carousel, rather than having to take pictures. So the power of the pause is important. And I've learned from experience where I haven't paused, where I'd be like so trying to find a place in the video where I could grab a snap, but it's like blurry because I was moving too much. So yes, we want movement, but we want to always, in every little setting that you're in, have a pause in case you want to grab a clip, a picture for a carousel or for a still. Let's see. Also, little things, and I'm going to demonstrate these things for you, but because I have them on my list, you might want to write them down. I'm an accessory girl. I also, like I said before, as I was creating video, I talk and it's me practicing for talking heads. Maybe I end up using it, maybe I don't, but I can always use it as B-roll with audio and no, not hearing what I'm saying. I also, when I'm talking, like we use our hands. I think of don't be weird. I love that lady, Colleen Nichols. Don't be weird. Like don't be weird on the internet. I love that because it's so true. We get weird. And a lot of times it's because we think we have to talk and be scripted, and then our body language is weird. I naturally talk with my hands. So if I talk with my hands, I'm more natural. When I'm talking on camera, even when I'm making video of myself, I feel silly, sort of like just standing there, right? So I liked something to do, having a prop. I was a dance teacher, I was a professional dancer. What do you do with the most inexperienced dancer? Here's what you do: you give them a prop. You give them a hat. All of a sudden, they're better. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing here. I love to have props. I always, when I'm making videos, I make sure I have accessories around so I can put on a hat, because just the movement of me just doing that, that's a hook. Okay. Putting glasses on, putting sunglasses on. If you're about to walk out the door and you put your sunglasses and your purse on, that we all can relate to that. We all do those things. So you naturally feel like connected in that sense, but also you feel less weird making the video because it's actually movements you make. So accessories, things that you do, like putting on lip gloss, mascara. Two things I'll always have in my purse are lip gloss and mascara. I don't go anywhere without it. And then we use those same things, like the close up and the mid and the far. Same thing. If I have a really cute pair of shoes on, I'm going to set the camera down, and I'll show you in a second, on the floor and tie my shoe. I may or may not use that video. I don't know, but one little clip of a different thing can come in really, really handy. So even the close up of your cool shoes, or walking by, like having that video on the floor and walking by is a great moment to capture, to change interest in your B-roll if you want like that, another little clip. Settings, camera, Okay, so now let's get started. I'm going to show you. Can you guys see? Yeah, this camera over here. That's what you can make that one
Like me
bigger,
to
right?
spotlight that one, Tara.
Yeah.
Spotlight the iPad camera.
Yep.
Got
Yep.
it.
You move this out of
Does
the
everybody
way.
now see the camera angle? She's got an iPad on the side of her computer. Give me a thumbs up if you can see her moving her chair. Okay, cool.
So let me put this on here later. Okay, so hi over there. So this camera is going to show you from the side view, right? Yeah, perfect. Let me tilt it down a little bit. Hold on one sec. I'm going to bring you down here. Meeting being recorded. Okay. Okay, so I'm bringing you down so you can see a little more of my setting, which you see all the junk that I wouldn't normally want you to see in my house, but that's okay. So right here, I'm going to set my camera to selfie mode. So it's
Tara, we
facing
can
me.
only see from like half of your torso up in the
That's
iPad
okay.
camera. Okay,
Yep,
perfect.
that's okay.
Cool.
Oh, you really can see all the junk in my life. This is the side of the camera you're not
It's
supposed to see.
okay. I'm sure only
Okay.
thousands of people watch this over time.
So
No problem.
Tara,
know,
the
no big
one
deal.
that you just adjusted, have you got it on your little tripod? Is that, or is it sitting on a
No, it's sitting on my bench. It's
Okay.
sitting on a bench. And so that camera though is not, that camera is just to show you what I'm doing.
Oh.
So that camera is just to show you like what I'm doing from a side view. Let me move it back a little bit. I want you to see more. It's too low. And I just have it, now I have it in the windowsill, tilted up against a box.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, didn't think that through, Curtis, that you'd see all that stuff. So
Okay.
here's my camera. Yep. And I'm going to set it down. I like it lower. So right now it's on a desk, and I actually like it even a little bit lower, to be honest, but that's okay. So what I typically do is I'll set it on something like a stool or a bench, and then I come up close. You can see where I'm at. I'm up close, and I'll start recording, and I always like kind of fix my hair or whatever, and then I'll be kind of still, and I move my head over to the side just a little bit so I can have writing on this side, and I'll show you guys in a second with the video. Then I always step back for like a mid shot, and then I like look away. I might use this for a still, or I don't even know. It might just be like a 1.5 second clip. And then I walk back to normally a full shot. I can't even get my whole body into it, but then I'll go to one side of the screen. So I wish you guys could see my camera, but I'm going to show you in a second. So I am all the way over to one side of my screen. So you have my whole body, and then you have space right here that I could have text if I wanted. Then I look at the camera, and then I look away and I pause, because maybe I'll take a screenshot of that. Then I'll walk like I'm walking by the camera. So in my phone, it looks like I might have just walked by. Then I get out of the frame and I just walk by the camera. And I'll walk both directions. Then I'll get next to the camera. So right, it's to my left side, and I'll just walk away. And if I had more space, I would keep walking, but I don't because there's a bed there. And then I'll walk to it. I'll bend down and then press record. So now I have, let me see how many seconds it isn't, hold on. That's probably like a minute. Yep, it's a minute and 12 seconds that I can clip apart. Hold on. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to set it down on the floor. Let me move this camera.
Is this your next shot, Tara?
Yep.
Like this is a second video? Hold on for a second.
Yeah,
pause?
Is the second video. Yep.
Power of the pause. That was super good. Real quick. That was very helpful.
Was it really? I don't know if it's anything anybody doesn't know, but I know I have enough out of what I just did. Where can you guys see me? I know that I have enough in what I just did to make like a bunch of reels. But they'd all be in that outfit. That's why I wouldn't want them like back to back. That's why you want to have like different outfits every now and then.
No, Tara, the chat is saying it was super helpful. I don't think I've never seen anyone break it down like that, show every little piece and do it in a minute and show us how you don't move the phone. That was super helpful.
Oh, yay. Okay. So good. So now I'm actually going to use, I still want you to see the camera. So sorry that it's a little dark, but see, this is a better view anyways of this room. So I also sit on the floor a lot, y'all. I'm going to take my camera though. So I'm going to let you guys into my life a little bit here. So here's my camera. Can you see I'm setting it down and I'm using this a lot. This is the Moft. I use this so much because it just is so easy to use as a tripod when you have nothing. If I didn't have that, I would use the water bottle. So if you don't have that, literally it does the same thing. Like the water bottle does the same thing. If I tilt it, does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
So now, let's get it over. Okay. So now I have my phone here. I'm going to turn the video back on. Selfie mode. I'm going to clean the screen again because I've moved around a lot. Or the lens. And I'm setting it like here, but a little further back. You're not going to see it in the camera because it's just a little too close. And then I'll set it down. So here, I might just go like this, like I'm putting my boot on. And I don't even have my face in the shot. And it almost looks kind of like what you're seeing right here. But I'll just do this and like put my boot on and then stand up and then walk away. And then right here, same thing. I'm going to walk by one way. I'm going to walk by the other way. I'm going to get behind the phone and I'm going to step over it and keep walking. And I think I can show you guys this in a second. I'm going to just walk and walk away. This looks really good to do outside, by the way. And then I might just look at it, just kind of like I'm looking at you guys, a close up, and then turn the camera off. So then we have like a low different angles and shoes. Okay, then, hold on one second. I'm going to use this area right here. I'm going to show you one more thing that I would do. Now I'm kind of like going off script right now because of just what I see, and I know that it would be good. So now I might put my purse here. Yeah, okay. Maybe a hat. All right. Now I'm going to put my camera basically where the iPad is. So it's almost the same view that you have right here that you see on screen. I can't wait to actually use this stuff too, because then it's like, I'm not just saying it, I'm actually doing it. All in my kid's bedroom. Okay, I just hit record again, and it's basically exactly what you're seeing. I'm going to sit down, and I'm actually going to put my boot on. Y'all, this is kind of embarrassing, but it's okay. We're close now. I don't wear socks with boots. Is there anybody else that doesn't wear socks with boots? I don't like my feet sliding around. It's like a sensory thing. But check it out. This looks kind of cool. Zip it up. I forgot my hat, grab my bag, and then walk off. Then I might actually do like put my hat on, I like that better. Okay, so I'm going to start over. I'm going to put a hat on, and I try not to look in the camera. I act like I don't know it's there. Grab my purse, and then I'm going to walk off. Okay, so I know it seems kind of silly, but you're going to be shocked at what I get out of that. Okay, I just stopped recording. So now I have on my phone, if I go to my camera or my photos, I have, let's see, what did I start today? Yeah, the first one was 1 minute, 12 seconds. I have a 44-second and a 49 seconds. 3 videos. I will be able to get so much content out of that. It's crazy. So now I'm going to move this.
Are you about to go to your next shot, Tara?
Yep.
Okay. So real quick in the chat, everybody. Number one, are you learning right now? Are you able to learn as Tara goes along? Give me a yes if you're like picking up on the shots. And okay, Tara, everybody's learning so much. People are loving this. They're saying that you need to sell this and make it available for everybody. Like the team is loving it. The chat is loving it. Number two, people are saying they can't believe how kind of like simple this is to just put the camera down one time and get all this B-roll. This is really crazy. So you're doing an amazing job. I think
we make it so much harder. I think we make it so much harder for ourselves when it can be super simple. And if you think about like every time you get dressed, you do those sort of things. Can you imagine how much content you're going to grab? Okay, hold on one sec.
People also took the tip, Tara. This was a big one. You do it so naturally, but I think it's you and I hang out when you put me on B-roll. It's so hard for me to not look at the camera.
It is hard. It is hard.
That was a good reminder.
So I usually, and that's why I brought it up too, because I usually do, and then I catch myself, and then I just, instead of starting the recording again, it's like, okay, do the same thing I just did without looking at the camera.
That's it. And I think that pause was really killer too. I really wrote that down in the notes. I want to emphasize for everybody in anything, but especially this, just take a pause, because when you pause and breathe for a second while the video's running, like Tara said, you get a still shot, a good screenshot. Number two, it lets whatever you're kind of thinking, like your mind's racing while you're doing this, your heart's racing. It lets your body catch up for a second. And then you'll remember, oh, shoot, I'm not supposed to look at the camera. Let me look away. And you just look away and you do it again. So that pause is going to be critical. Tara does them naturally. I don't know if you notice them. She's so fast, but she pauses for a split second while she moves her body, or while she do it. For us, it's probably not natural yet. So you might have to insert it. It's almost like, when you see them filming movies and they go, and cut, or and action. Like you got to pretend there's a little someone there for you, just telling you the cues and producing and directing with the pause. All right, Tara.
Okay, did I turn you off? Can you hear me still?
Yep. Nope, you're good. You fixed it.
I think I turned it off here. Okay, turn my iPad on. Say something, Curtis. Can I still hear you?
Test. How's
okay, perfect. Yes, I changed it over here because I'm like looking at this camera. It's hard to talk to the other. So yeah, the power of the pause is huge, because you're going to want a still shot. And that's when you feel kind of silly, because you feel like, oh, I'm trying to be a model. But really, we want it to look like real life action stuff. So you actually don't. And do I sit on the edge of the bed and put my shoes on? No, I would sit on the floor, but that's not as attractive. Okay, I want to show something. This actually is something that I didn't have on my list, but because of the window and because of this suction cup, I just want to like demonstrate so that you guys can see it. So it might be a little tricky to see. Let me pull the curtains up. But I want to share this because we have so many people in here that do skincare. And I don't even do this skincare, but I still do this. So it's valuable to everybody. But for a talking head reel. So see, I have a window right here.
Yes, we can see it.
So that's the best light. That's why this I love so much. And let me just move this bench out of the way. Little makeshift. Okay, because you can stick it on the window, and then the lighting's going to be like super good. Let me turn it around and make sure. Yeah, so the lighting's really good. So you can play with angles. I want you guys to see. Can you even see?
Yes, we can. Yep, we could see it. Okay. We could see the window, and when you had the iPad, like we could see it. So
perfect. Okay, so I'll leave it right there. So here's what I love about this is I would hit record. I'm going to grab some of my props. And I might feel silly for a sec just because, Curtis, this might not be great. Actually, you could do this too, just not lip gloss. But I want to show you this. So I hit record. I'm using it as a mirror, but look at the dot at the top, not at yourself. I love videos where it doesn't look like someone's looking at themselves. They're looking at you. And the way to get that is to look at the dot at the top and not look at yourself in the camera. Does that make sense? And so right here, I pretend like I'm looking at myself, but I'm really looking at the dot at the top because it's going to be a better video. And I put the hat on, kind of adjust my hair, but I'm looking at the green dot. And then I might put a little lipstick on. And all the time I have myself to the left of the screen. Okay, so I wish I could take a picture of it. So if this were the thing, I have myself here. So I know I can put writing here. And sometimes I'll do that both ways, like so I can have writing on the other side. Those of you that have products, another good thing to do is to find where you like the way you look because the lighting's good and maybe hold something, like pretend like you're holding something. So then that's the first time that's happened here. And it's because I didn't stick it good. Pretend like you're holding something because then you can add like a graphic or whatever on your hand or point. Some of that's kind of getting out of style. I don't really actually do that much, but it's something that if I had products, I probably would do. But that's how I would do selfies and find videos there too. So let me see. I want to show you. See how I'm over to the side? Then you could use that as a still and have text on the right side. So that's just easy stuff to capture quickly. Hold on, I got to grab my list. Now, is that all something you guys already know and do? The power of a window and lighting is everything. So if I didn't have lighting, I would use this I was just charging it. And I put it in our chat because this is really handy for lighting, but nothing is better than like good lighting in a window where it's not super sharp. I mean, not harsh, but it's really bright. Hold on.
Tara, while you look through your list, let me check in with the chat real quick, everybody, because we're at about the 35-minute mark of our live call.
Yeah. Okay.
Is anyone lost? Give me a lost in the chat if you're lost. Tara lost you. You can't quite keep up. You don't have notes. You're not sure. Okay. So no losts. Amazing. Is anyone ready to try something where you're like, I want to try that. I think I want to try it right now. Couple readies. Yeah. Okay. So we have a couple readies, Tara. And
let's do it.
I'll tell you what happened naturally for me.
Yeah.
And as an adult learner, right? Somebody who's paying for coaching, paying for classes, watching trainings, blah, blah, blah. Like there should be this moment if the training's good and Tara's beyond good. She's great, right? So there's this moment where you say to yourself, I have to do that. Like, because that's how adults learn. We're not children. Like you can't just pour into us for hours and then we just like, now we know it. That's not how it works. We end up like, for me, Tara, I opened my phone because when you were showing us the placement of yourself to the left or right of the screen, I think there's natural, thing in me that I always thought I had to be centered. I'd worked so hard to keep myself centered in a thing. Yeah. And I found exactly what you said. It makes it harder to make B-roll like with overlays and stuff. So when you were showing that, I had to open my phone, press record, move myself to the left, move myself to the right. So there's this moment where you just get ready. And everybody, when you get ready, especially if you're watching a replay like this, just pause it and go do it. Like don't take 2 more pages of notes. Go get a minute 37 of B-roll and just be way further ahead than you are in this moment. And let's do that right now then, Tara. So let's get everybody way further ahead. So let's help people plan intentionally. Number 1, where are you going to set the camera? Are you going to go mid, like on your desk and your water bottle? Are you going to go low, like Tara went? Or are you going to go like at a window? So just mid, low, or at a window is where you're going to start. Or if you're in selfie, if you're going to hold it because you don't have a prop, then you could say hold it. But real quick, type in the chat where you're going to start. We're going to do a 1.5 minute or so video for all of us. Low, window, mid, low. Perfect. So everybody's got to pick. I'll do mine, Tara. I'm going to do mine, I think mid, because I have a little tripod thing here in front of me. So I'll do mine mid. All right. So we've got everybody kind of started. So now take just 2 minutes and set up. Go ahead and set up. So what should happen is, if you're live with us, don't worry, we're still zoomed in on Tara on the iPad, so not everybody's going to see you running around, but go ahead and go set up. And when you're set up, come back and type done. so that I know like your phone's set up and you're ready to kind of get yourself in your like minute of B-roll. And then Tara, I was kind of taking notes of what you did. So once everybody's back, we'll repeat, you know, the 2 or 3 things you told them to do once they have their camera set up, and we will just press record and do it. So a couple of folks are done. Tara, I just want to acknowledge you, dude. That was amazing. It was so real. It's clear that's exactly what you do. None of it was like, this is what you should do, and this is what I think. And I think that's the secret stuff. That's the, you know, that's what I think people have a hard time getting these days, because, you know, people who aren't doing it and living in it, they're not telling you what they do. They're telling you what they know. And we don't all need to know what other people know anymore. We need to know what we should go try so we can go experience it. So, okay. Looks like almost everybody's set up. I'm going to give them, you know, just another minute or so, Tara, so that everybody can be set up. This was so good.
Yay.
So good. Super fun. You're doing an amazing job of just like, you know, moving around the room and all this stuff. That's tough to do on a camera, talking to people.
Well, I think it's all the real stuff. Like that, like I said, I've had all the shot lists, I've had all the things, and it's like, what are we really going to do? And then I've also found the good angles, because there's one other thing I want to demonstrate, especially because women, you know, we get at the age where we're worried about like our skin and everything. We always want everything elevated. And the funny thing is there's a low angle that you need to know about, and it's awesome. So we'll go to that next.
Perfect. We'll go to angles next. Okay. Is there anyone who's not set up? Let me take a quick peek at everybody and see if we're not set up. Everybody's set up, right? All right, cool. Cool. Whitney, you're good. Give me a thumbs up if you're good. All right. April's moving. I see her. Jen's moving. Mary's moving. Tammy, are you good? You set up? Okay, Tammy's set up. Regina, Juhi, can't see your video. Rochelle, I'm guessing y'all are doing it, so I'm just going to hope that you're good to go. Okay, Tara, I think everybody's ready. So we'll just kind of go on your cue. You tell us when to hit the record button, and we're just going to do what you told us to do.
Okay, let's go. I'm already doing it. I'm recording.
All right, let's go. Hit record, everybody. Come back in 90 seconds. And Tara, I'm just going to take your advice real quick and talk to my camera as if I'm talking on Instagram. And
yes.
In selfie mode, I'm looking at that little green light right there. I'm going to take on and off these glasses that my wife hates, these little blue light blocking glasses, and then maybe just like fix my hat because I don't have gorgeous hair.
And then
like
do
you
this,
all.
Curtis. Remember how I told you at the thing? Do that. Everybody likes when dudes do that.
Put it on backwards?
Yep.
Okay.
Like that's my husband always, you do that when we're talking and you know, like
I do. I take my hat on and off.
Yes. And my husband does. Everybody does that.
I'll put my AirPods in and out. That's something else I do a lot.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to scoot back.
I gotta get all my son's stuff out of here. What's going to be really fun is when we see everyone's B-roll from this day. I'm pretending like I'm making a bed.
All right, just about 20, 30 more seconds, everybody. Get your last shots. And we should be just about back. My video, Tara, was 1:17. If you need to keep going, finish up your last shots here real quick. And once you're back, go ahead and type back for us in the chat. All right. We've got folks checking back in, Tara.
Yay.
Yeah. If you're back already, or if there are some people actually already editing and posting, Tara, so that's pretty cool.
Awesome. I bet it's best.
Of course it's best. Let's go. I love it. We got you. I love it. Look at that, Linda. Sun reflecting off the snow in my yard is primo lighting. Yes, it is.
Nice. Oh my gosh, I bet that's the best.
Yes, it is. So here's what I want to hear real quick in the chat, just for everybody. And if you're doing this on the recording, if you haven't if you didn't do the exercise, literally push pause, please, and go do it for 90 seconds. Go get 90 seconds of B-roll and come back, just because I want you to all be able to relate to what's about to happen next, right? Where Tara gets into angles and kind of goes to the next piece real quick. But I want you to tell me, when you used to shoot B-roll before today, when you shot B-roll, if 10 was like really hard, like it's confusing and stressing and, stressful, and it's like challenging for me, that's a 10. And 1 is like second nature, no problem, easy, and my B-roll is awesome. Where were you 2 hours ago at shooting B-roll? Scale of 1 to 10. 10 super hard, 1 super easy. Where was B-roll for you? Let me know in the chat. I just want to see if we made an improvement, Tara.
Yes.
Okay, so it used to be hard, right? We got 5, 6, 7s, and 8s. 5, 6, 7s, and 8s. For one person in the group, it was a 3. Let's go, Whitney. Not surprising, but I just never do it. So if you factor that in, there's probably some reason you don't do it. Like, you thought it was time consuming or annoying or embarrassing or hard, even though it's easy for you to literally do it. So, okay, now what you just did, scale of 1 to 10, like 1 was easy, 10 was hard. What was what we just did? Hard or easy? Easy. Cool. Easier. Cool. Beautiful. All right. That was the goal, Tara, is like just to simplify, just to make the hard a little bit easier.
Totally.
I always say that hard things don't actually get easier. You just get better at them. But in this case, I think Tara made something that is hard in our minds easy in practicality, right? You just showed us like, no, that's not that hard. It is easy. So, all right, Tara, super cool. Great stuff. Let's go to
Perfect.
round 2 and start talking angles. Anything else you want to get into?
Okay. So I'm actually going to use, I don't know what I did.
You're good.
There we go.
We can
Okay,
still see you on the
I
iPad.
actually sent stuff. So in a second, I'm going to try something. So I'm going to use the iPad as my camera to demonstrate something. So
Okay.
like I was saying before, we know that like, especially women, we know we always want the video to come from above so that, we don't say anything that we don't want to be saying. But I want to show you something. So I'm going to use the iPad as if it were my phone so that you get what I'm talking about. So this is on the floor, tilted just a little bit, where you'd be like, oh, I don't ever want that angle. It's horrible. But it's actually not. So what you would do is you would set your phone down. See how I'm sitting on the side? This is an attractive angle. This, not so much angle. I would turn it on. I could use this for B-roll. I would push play with my finger or record. Obviously not right now because we're not recording. And then I would stand up and back up. So let me tilt it again. Sorry, this like all the crap. Okay, so again, I would come down, I would push record, I would stand up and then back up. Now you have a full shot, almost full. I don't have it totally tilted right. This is, y'all, sorry, it's my iPad, so it's not looking exactly like I think it should look. But see, now we have a full length. I could be over to one side, I have room over here. And it's not a terrible angle. It doesn't look great on here because it's vertical. But then you have your whole outfit and you can walk up and you can use all of that as B-roll and then turn it off. I know that sounds like, when would I ever use that? I use it like every time. I use it all the time. So that low angle is really good. Now, am I able to share screen? Do you know?
We will find out. Hang tight for 1 second. I'll give you an option.
Okay.
Advanced
Because
sharing.
I just airdropped the video I did this morning to my iPad.
Okay.
So I think if I share screen, I can show it.
Let's try it. See if you can share screen.
Let's see. Share screen.
I'm going to unspotlight your iPad real quick so that I can make sure the video records the screen share.
Okay. Let's see.
You don't have to worry. Just do your thing.
Okay. Photos. No. Let's see. It says, sorry, y'all. Let's see. Share screen.
You're fine.
Share camera, share screen. It says Zoom. It's like giving me an option. Why won't it just share my screen?
Tara, I think what you have to do is find, like, if you go out of Zoom, you'll be able to pull up like Safari, like whatever. It'll give you
Okay.
all things. Click on what
Yeah, it's not showing me that. So I'm trying to do my photo, like my photo album, so it shows a
Did you
video
open the
on
photo
my
album? So
photos.
you kind of gotta like back out of Zoom, Tara, and then
Yeah,
like,
it's
your
open and
iPad,
ready.
open
It's
photo album.
playing.
Now go back to
Yeah,
Zoom and hit
and share
share.
screen.
And then from the ones that you pick, there should be like entire screen or
It says start a broadcast. Everything on your screen, including notifications, will be recorded. Enable
that's
do not
fine.
disturb to prevent. Okay, so start the broadcast.
Try that. See what it does.
Okay.
The apps for phones and iPads are a little different. Everything on your screen, including notifications, will be recorded, enabled. Perfect. So now go like swipe out and go open your photos. There we go. We can see your
Okay,
screen now.
can y'all
You're
see that?
yeah, we got
Oh,
it.
yay. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna show you. Here's me. The phone is like maybe 2 feet off the ground. I
Okay.
had it on the tripod. And then, so I always like sort of fix my face a little bit, fix my hair, because I might use like 1 second of this, right? Like I would never use this whole thing, but like maybe I use that 1 second. And y'all, do you see me talking? I'm talking to myself. No one's outside.
Yeah.
I'm telling myself what I'm doing. Then I step back and now I'll just let it go. And I pause. And I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking like I'm giving a seminar. Then I go and get a prop. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. Oh, I had the iPad. Y'all have all different angles showing you. But then you'll see me. I'm going to go to one side, then the other side. I go downstage. Do you guys know what downstage means? It means I get closer to the camera right there. Then I'm going to come really close and I back up. Now, what I just did there was I edited, see on the left, on the bottom left, how it's ugly right there. It's showing part of the different stone. So I moved the camera so I knew it would be better. And then I'm going to go back up to that corner and he's still there. I could get a still shot. I look away. I got glasses. I come down stage or close to the camera. I step back. I'm still a little off center. I'm freezing because it's super cold. I'm running around. But do you see how I could grab little clips? I get low to the ground. Note that low ones are good. Why is that good, everybody? Because I can have text on the wall above my head. I could use it as a still for carousels. I could use it as 2 seconds in a video clip. Hands in the pockets. These shots are good too. Why? Because sometimes I don't want my face in there because I don't want it to be about me really. So this is sort of a background. I could put like the low expo on that and then have writing and it's sort of a cute outfit. So it's kind of a cool background. And then I go to the side if I want more writing, and then I come close and then turn the camera off. So I'll unshare, stop share. Is that helpful? I want to show one more, but I want to make sure that that makes sense. Is that
Sarah,
helpful?
one quick question. So was that one video that you just showed us? You did like a 2.5 minute B-roll instead of a 90-second B-roll? Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Yes,
Were
one
you
video.
like
And then
in
what
a
I would-
parking garage?
What's that?
Where was that? In like a parking garage?
That's my front porch. So the
Oh.
other side of that is my front door, potted plant, and a bench. But that's just one wall. It's a plain stucco wall. So it's the perfect place to do stuff like that because it's just a plain wall. Sometimes I have stone too. Sometimes I'll do it by the stone, but it was icy. But I just love that wall because it's just plain. So any plain wall would work. I also have a brick wall on the other side of the house that I can do the same sort of thing, but it has a different texture. So now that I know how to share, I want to share one more with you because I've taught on this a lot about like when I have a good outfit on, if I'm dressed up for Sunday, I definitely try to take B-roll then because I have
Sarah.
plenty of B-roll like in my athletic clothes, right? Because I'm in that every single day. Go ahead. Sorry, Curtis.
No, I'm sorry. Before you share this next one, let me check in with everybody real quick. So
Yeah.
earlier we did like a 90-second one of ourselves or 75 seconds. Mine was like a minute 17, right? So we can all do the 1 minute. Let's call that what Tara did. That was the 2.5 minute, right? Does everyone here feel like you could go do a 2.5 minute one now and just make it a little better? Give me a yes if you could do the 2.5 minute. And the reason I picked times, Tara, is because when we get creative, we should get ourselves into like a flow state. You just start flowing, talking, whatever, right? But
Totally.
times become for many of us just like the one little guardrail. It's like the speed limit on the highway, right? It's more a recommendation, but it helps you stay in line, right? The dash lines, like you don't drive in both lanes, you drive in one lane. So I just wanted to give you the time because now you can go record a 60-second B-roll anywhere, anytime, no problem. Tara showed you, you all just did it. Now practice, not this moment, but when you leave here or the next one, even before Wednesday, try the 2.5 minute one. where you're going to do a little bit more like Tara just did. You're going to squat down, you're going to bend, you're going to change the camera once, but you're not going to stop it. You're going to talk, you're going to get low, you're going to get far, like, because there's just a few more actions that can go into that longer one than go in that shorter one. Because on that shorter one, by the time you walked across once, walked across twice, walked towards the camera, walked away from the camera, went close, went far, went mid, it was done, right? The 60 seconds was done.
Yep.
So this 2.5 one, it's going to last a little longer, but you're not going to run out of ideas. You can see Tara, and now she has like infinite options from that. So we got a lot of yeses, Tara, which again means that we can go do it, and people are getting benefit from that. So last but not least, in our live call, we're at the top of the hour in 5 minutes. So let's show the last video. Let's go through it, and then we'll probably stop and get to some live Q&A.
Perfect. Okay, so let me share screen. Oh, here we go. Screen.
We can see your full
so this
screen.
next one, perfect. So this next one is in the window. I have the landing, and I always set my phone or iPad in the windowsill, and then I can get myself coming down the stairs and then back down the stairs. So the lighting is really harsh at this time of day that I did this right before the call, so I probably wouldn't do it at that time. And sometimes I have it squared up on the stairs so you see me completely coming down, but that's just a great little shot like I'm on my way out the door. I'm going to download one more, but this is one I was going to say, that's something I've done for years. Even like, I think I have some when the kids were little, I'd have them coming down the stairs and turning that corner. So that's kind of just one, like if I'm getting ready to go out, maybe I took some selfies in my closet or like a little B-roll. I like to get the one of us coming down the stairs and turning the corner. I think that's a really handy one to get. So let me look. I think I have one more video if we have a sec.
While you pull it up, Tara, I'm going to say something I've been noticing. So I've been observing other Instagram creators like that give out the tips and the tricks about what's working and what's not, right? There's this idea that for many of us, when we try pretty hard, let's say on a spectrum of terrible to perfect, something's going to be in between those two. And I shouldn't say terrible, imperfect to perfect. That's the right way. There's a spectrum from imperfect to perfect. For most of us, using the gear we have, the skill we have, and we try our hardest, it's going to be in between perfect and imperfect. That's actually a place that, according to the Instagram tipsters, gets the least engagement, the least views, the least excitement, like in between the two. So none of us are at a place, very few of us, where we can sort of be perfect. Like we're still building our skill set, right? Perfect for you. I don't mean perfect for the world, right? But the imperfect is quite relatable, quite engaging, right? So if you think about the people you follow, they're just being themselves. They do show what's going on. They're not always perfect looking. It's not always perfect angles, perfect lighting. Some of your best B-rolls and your best reels were not perfect. They were the imperfect.
100%.
So I like that Tara was very clear to us. Sometimes she gets what would be the perfect angle. Me coming down the stairs, fully centered, framed in the screen, and then sometimes she gets the imperfect angle. I'm off to the side. You can only see 3/4 of my body, 2/3. In general, don't forget, those are very interesting to most people because they're visual disruptors. We expect the frame to be centered, the grown-up to come down the stairs, it looking normal. We see 2/3 of their body and something else and a little bit of a weird angle, and Tara tie her shoes and a boot and a leg and a calf. And then like you stand up, we're like, what's going on here? Hold on, I'm watching this again. Let me just run that reel back and watch it again. So just keep in mind that there's value and benefit to being imperfect for all of us at this point.
Yep.
All right,
Perfect.
Tara,
okay. So this last one, I had that suction cup phone case and I suction cupped it. So our front door is a glass. It has glass in the center. So I suction cupped it like, probably like chest height. And then I walked out the door. I walked up to the door. I think I did a couple. So I walked out a little bit. I walked up to the door like I was just coming in. And then I turned around and I walked right back out. And so it's stuck to the door. You can also tape it to the door. And then I just walked away. So little clips of that I can use a million times. You guys probably recognize that I did it once and I've used a million times the other video like this. So it seems really simple and like nothing. And it kind of is, but it was really easy to do. Let me unshare screen. There we go. It was, just really easy to grab it. And then you like, because we always think we need someone to help us or to take the video for us. If you have a few tools, you don't. And even if you don't have tools, like literally, you can take packing tape, like that clear packing tape, and tape it over your phone to the door. That's where I first learned that too. And I was like, oh, I could use my suction cup. But the first time I saw that, someone used tape. So you really don't even need the fancy tools. And I was going to try to show that today, and then I forgot. But this morning while I was doing that video, I was just like, I'm just going to do it. But I could have done that with tape. Same thing. So take that same idea, the tape idea, and I'm going to turn this a little bit. I was telling Curtis about this the other day, and I didn't bring the tape. Oh my gosh, my ankles are like stiff. You could literally tape your phone right here on your chair and have you walk in and then sit down, and it would obviously go to the back of your thing, but that would be really cool. Or have it there and pan the room. Like, you can get really crafty and have some really unique shots without a lot of fancy tools. So I think it's just taking the time to play a little bit, and experiment and have fun. I think it's super fun now. I have a quick question. I have this dream, Curtis knows of it, of having like a B-roll workshop, like event, maybe on location, who knows? But could you imagine? Because I think of, okay, if we did I've thought it through, like how we would do a B-roll workshop. How cool would it be to like have a whole day worth of B-roll in different settings, like in the morning, like maybe you work out, maybe you go for a walk, maybe you eat breakfast and you have your juice or whatever, like actually capture those things. And then maybe then you change and then you go to lunch, or you go, I don't know, to shopping or sightseeing or something like that, but actually have a realistic B-roll shot list, not the fake content photo shoot. You hire a photographer, which is awesome too. Those are awesome. But the realistic type that it's like, okay, I can do this on my own now. I don't need to hire people. I can, and that's awesome when I can. But now I know the next vacation I go on, I'm not going to leave and be like, dang it, I didn't get what I needed. I got a bunch of stuff, but I didn't get what I needed. And like have those realistic, reproducible techniques that you can get every time. I don't know. I think I would love it.
We're going to do it, Tara. We haven't picked a date. We haven't said officially, but we're going to do it. It's going to be probably in the third or fourth quarter of this year, depending when you're watching this, but probably somewhere around like August, September, October of this year, 2026. So it's not just a dream. We'll do it. Tara, that was so amazing. That was super fun. This was super good. Let me do one more quick check-in for everybody so that you understand the third type of shoot you should be able to do. So everybody can do the 60-second shoot that we all practiced. Everyone said yes that they could do the 2.5-minute shoot that Tara modeled. That last one, I don't know what to call it, so I'm just going to call it like the 30-second shoot. Like she's just coming down the stairs, not even 30, that's probably 15 seconds. She's coming down the stairs twice. She's walking from her driveway twice. Does everyone think they could do the 15-second shoot? Give me us in the chat if you can do it. Because now what you have is your ability to capture very valuable B-roll in one location in less than 5 minutes. Imagine you had all three of those. You're sitting in your home office today, you do the 60-second shoot, boom, there's probably 5 or 10 B-roll reels. You walk up to your stairs or downstairs or your kitchen or your favorite place, you do the 15-second shoot, boom, there's 3 or 4 more B-roll reels, B-roll clips, right? Then you go outside and you do the 2.5-minute shoot, or you go to Target, or you go wherever. My goodness, now you're up to probably 20, 30, 40 clips of B-roll. And I mean, you've got B-roll for like, half the year if you need it. That was one shoot. Do that once or twice a month, it's over. Do that 2 days in a week, it's over, right? And you're just never going to be thinking again about what to do. And then you're going to get better and better and better. And the next time you record it will be even better B-roll than the last time you did it. So cool. Tara, we got tons of yeses. Everybody knows how to get the quick shoot, the medium length shoot, and the long duration shoot. We've got all the other notes. What we're going to do now is we're going to stop this portion of the video for anybody who's recording or watching the recording. I'm sorry. We're going to stop this portion of the video. You're going to go practice those 3 shoots real quick. And for all of y'all, you've got some time to practice too. If you're live with us, do the 15-second. You already did the 60. Do it again if you want to redo April, or go do the 2.5-minute. All because for our live group this coming Wednesday in a couple of days, we're all going on location. And so you're going to go somewhere, unless you absolutely can't leave your house, then you'll stay home. You're going to log into the Zoom call and we're going to just like give a little check-in. Tara's going to say hi. We're going to see where your locations are. You're going to tell us. We're going to tell you all how fantastic you look or how, exciting this is or whatever. We're going to check in. Then we're going to straight up record B-roll. And if we do those 3 shoots, the 15-second, the 60-second, and the 2.5-minute, we should be back on in like 15 minutes as a group. Like it should be pretty fast. We're going to come back on. We'll do live Q&A. Tara will tell us another thing she discovered. You're going to ask about an angle or whatever. Then you're going to go redo it again if you need to in that same location. We're going to go again, and then we'll kind of come back on and wrap up the call. So that's what's coming next. For everybody who's watching the recording, we will record some of those on location tips and tricks as well. It'll just be some little ends to this video. So hope this was a helpful B-roll workshop kickstart. And for everybody that's live, we're going to stop the recording now and we'll hang out and do some Q&A.
Yay. Thank you guys so much. All right.
Kind of recording for the B-roll, everybody, so there'll be like a little narrated.
Want to get out.
Go for it, Tara. Tell them the story.
Okay. Hey, everybody. So this morning, I didn't really want to get out of bed. And I have like blackout shades. So I'm like, oh, it's probably still dark out. It's probably too cold to work out. I'm texting my neighbor who I train with. She's a chiropractor and trainer. And I'm like, if it's too cold, don't worry. We can do it later. And she doesn't get the message. So I'm like, I got to go. There's no way getting out. So I went, had a really good workout. And then I was kind of thinking, why did I do this? Why did I say that I wanted to do this today? I didn't think this through, all the things I committed to. Then I get a text from Megan, Curtis's wife. Hey, Megan. She texts me. She's trying to get on too. Okay, so she texts her this morning and she's like, are we doing B-roll? And all of a sudden I was like, yes, we're doing B-roll. And then Curtis messaged me and he's like, where are you going? We'll meet you. Where did you want to go? And I'm like, the mall, obviously. Hello, because I have returns to make afterwards. So I like suddenly like my day totally turned around. I got dressed up, put on a new jacket. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today and see what we produce, what you produce. Megan and I already went into Neiman Marcus to use the fancy restroom and got some B-roll. So that was super fun. And the point of the moral of the story is we got to do it anyways, right? We got to do it now. We got to do it anyways so we don't feel like it. But there are ways to flip the switch and feel like it. Get the workout in, number one, and have a buddy. Sometimes the buddy can make all the difference in the world. I mean, literally, I lit up the minute I got the message from Megan and Curtis. I was like, okay, yes, game on. Because I sort of envisioned, what if Megan can't go or I'll be by myself? Felt kind of like, here we are. So fun. I'm so excited for all of you to be here and all the fun content that we're going to create here today together, and not together, but virtually together. I don't know who took video already on your way. Did anybody do that? Drop in the chat if you did. Yes, or raise your hand. Yeah, so did I. Like while I was driving, I didn't even post it to my stories yet, but I just talked. Maybe I use it, maybe I don't. Maybe I use it later with, like a different audio over the top and put some writing on the top, whatever. But I had it because I'm already dressed up, I'm excited, I'm ready to go. So my energy level, my voice was good when I was talking. Great way to capture. So I'm so proud of you for doing that on the way. So you're already like adding to that B-roll bank and you haven't even started. So congratulations, give yourself a pat on that for that. Let's see, what else? I'm not even gonna look for the chat because I'm blind. I do have glasses, but I don't even have them. But I'm gonna turn it over to Curtis and mute. So
all right, cool. Well, first off, welcome everybody live. Super glad you're here with us. It's amazing to just see you all out and about. Super fun, super different, right? It already feels different. And, we talked a long time ago, maybe you were in one of those training classes about the layers of the mind. And one of the simplest things that you can do to completely change your behaviors and your actions and what you're thinking about is just change your environment. So for those of you who are able to get out and you're in your car, you're headed somewhere, just what you're going to produce today is different than your average day just because you're not in your average environment. And if you are in your average environment, you're at home for some reason, do your best to just get outside of your where you normally take these calls. Go to your kitchen, go outdoors, go in the front yard, go in the backyard, go in your living room, just somewhere where you're not normally, so that even on a small scale, you're changing your environment, because that's one of the quickest ways to change everything else in your mind is just change location. So you all signed up for this. So congratulations. You know what we're about to do. We're going to record some B-roll. So what we'll do, Tara, especially for those who are watching the recording as part of the B-roll workshop, this is kind of part 2. Hopefully you've already watched what we did live together with our group recently, which was just go through a demonstration where Tara showed all the angles and, gave recommendations on, mid and far and close-ups and high and low and all that stuff. And so if you're needing to get that stuff again, just watch the video so that you can do this over and over again. But today the idea is this isn't the last time you'll do this. This is the first time. So we want to challenge you all to kind of just sort of break the ice and get this experience of going on a location, recording some B-roll. Go off of whatever is your best resource. Sometimes your best resource is like, maybe you're a person who makes some notes and writes out a little plan. Cool. Maybe you're a person who just goes off memory. Cool. So if you're going off memory or if you're going off notes, we're just going to remind you of what you're going to go capture when we break for this first break. So the way it's going to go is here in about 5 minutes, we're going to say, all right, everybody, leave the call, go record your B-roll, wing it like Tara if you're a winger, or make a little plan if you're a planner. And we're going to put about 20 minutes on the clock, challenge you to record this type of B-roll. And if you're still driving and stuff, just come in when you're done, 30 minutes if you need it. But you're going to go record a couple of specific, like shoots, I guess. So the first one is, remember the 30-second specific shot where Tara, for example, demonstrated coming down her stairs, going up her stairs. She put the camera in one place. And the idea was just do the one shot you want once or twice. You can do that in 15, 20 seconds. Another one she did was coming around the corner of her porch, like her front porch. She just put it in one place. She walked in from the driveway. She walked away towards the driveway. So that's one thing you're going to get is a 30-second specific shot. And I say 30 seconds because don't want you to have to go back and edit that B-roll down in a really long way. You're just going to get the specific shot you need. Right. And so wherever you are, find that. And if you like that, but you want another location, you can do another 30-second specific shot, but at least get one. And in the 20, 30 minutes, you might find yourself getting 2 or 3 or 4. Right. That's what I know Tara and Megan are going to go do. So the 30-second. Then the second one is the 60-second shot. If you remember the 60-second shot, that's when Tara put her phone again in one place and she walked side to side across the phone. She walked towards the phone. She walked away from the phone. She moved the phone down low. She walked over the phone. So if you remember, there was like and then she did a close up, a mid, and a far, right? So she was moving towards and away from the phone. And she moved the phone if she needed to, like in terms of angle, low, medium, high. You can leave it in one place or you can go low, medium, high. But no matter what, you're just going to do your best for 60 seconds. 60 seconds and then go hit end on the recording. That'll be a longer B-roll, easier to edit down. It won't be one specific shot. It'll be many. And now you'll have clips and all the good stuff. And then last but not least, you're going to go for the 2-minute. The 2-minute was her on her front porch. You remember it was kind of set down. She was like standing. She stood off to the side a little bit. Then she did close up, mid-range, far, walked past the camera, walked away. All the same stuff you do in the minute, but now you're doing it for a little bit longer. So that's what you're going to capture during this first break. 20 or 30 minutes to get those 3 shots, the 30-second, the 60-second, and the 2-minute. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if that's good enough for you to wing, good enough for you to remember. Okay, cool. So you got that. Now, the next thing we're going to do, and then we're going to break, is if you need ideas, I'm going to give everybody in a specific order a chance to get like 30 seconds question, and Tara's just going to rapid fire your ideas. So like Regina says, I need ideas for a target. Tara, you go with that? I'm just going to let them do that. Okay, so I'm going to call you in order real quick. If you can open your mic, open it. And if you can't, just tell me like, no, I can't open my mic. I'm driving. Just like wave your finger or something and I'll pass on you so that if you need an idea, you get 30 seconds. So Linda, I see you first, and then it's going to be Jonna. So Linda, 30 seconds. If you need an idea, ask Tara a question. She'll give you a rapid fire answer.
I'm good.
Perfect.
I'm all good.
Linda's good. Jonna, you're up. Tammy, you're next. Jonna, you're muted unless you're saying no. You know. Okay, she's no. So we'll say a no for Jonna. Tammy, you're up. Beth and JJ, you're next.
I'm with Regina on the target issue.
Okay, so Tammy, I don't know if I have your phone number, but I should send you guys both a video. I was at CVS yesterday. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna do aisle shots. You're gonna do a cart shot and an aisle shot. So prop your phone up in your purse, like in the buggy, and have it facing away, like your point of view, what you're seeing as you push the cart. Okay, get like 10 seconds of that cart push. Then flip it the other way so it's facing you. Same thing, 10 seconds of a cart push. Okay, but you're not looking at the camera in those 10 seconds. Like you're pushing the cart and kind of looking around. Maybe you're like looking at your list or whatever, right? You're not like looking at the camera. So that's B-roll. And then if you're down an aisle, like here's what I did at CVS. I haven't even used it yet, but it's a really good idea. I propped it in one of the shelves. So I was down an aisle, like imagine CVS, and you're down looking for dry shampoo, obviously. And so you set it on the opposite side. And I used the back camera for this, so I would have really good quality. And I had it to where it just kind of showed the whole aisle. And then I set it there, so it's there. Then I walk down the aisle, I find the dry shampoo, I look at it, I kind of stand there, then I start like getting distracted looking at other things. Cause it's kind of like I went to CVS for dry shampoo and $200 later, I leave with a bunch of crap I don't need. So then I set it in another aisle while I was like looking at lipsticks that I don't need. And then I set it in another section where it's like watching, like bent down, looking at nail polishes. I don't even paint my nails. Like, so all these things, then I can compile that together for B-roll or, talking, sorry, what's it called when you talk overhead, whatever that's called.
Voiceover.
Yeah, voiceover, or just text overlay. Or the one I'm for sure going to do is literally like I ran into CVS and, like $85 later, I just needed dry shampoo. So it's kind of funny. We've all been there, super relatable. So that's a great one to do at Target too. I would also go down to the like Chip and Joanna Gaines section, whatever that's called, like the home section. Who doesn't have a seat in a nice cozy chair and dream about like, here's a great one. If you have a buddy with you at Target, sit on a chair and have them be close in, like you're reading a book, like you might be at home. And then they like pan back and it's like, oh, nope, we're at Target because our house is a mess. Something sort of like that, kind of like a visual thing. What else at Target? We love us some Target.
That's
You can
enough.
get a beverage.
That was your rapid fire.
Perfect. Yeah.
Next, Beth
I'm
and
here all
JJ.
day.
Whitney, you're up. What you got? Beth and JJ, you're good.
Are we good? I think we're good. We're good.
Amazing. All right, Whitney, you're up, and then
Yeah.
Regina, you're at Target. So Rochelle, you're.
Can y'all hear me? This
Yes,
is
we
so
can.
weird with the headphones. I just work out and I found this little cord. Okay. I don't know what to do in Starbucks. I can order. I should be working on my computer. Like, I never think about turning the camera around and getting stuff. So help me like with that kind of series in Starbucks.
Yeah. So what I did like the other day, we were at Starbucks is, do you have this sort of thing or a way you can prop it up? So you can use the back camera if you want. And I would face it away and then like walk to the bathroom and then walk back. So it has you just kind of walking and go different angles. So you're not looking at the camera. It's just sort of like getting a bird's eye view. Or it's like if someone were sitting at another table and they saw you walking back and forth, what would they see? I love that because you can use that for so many different things. You can even do like if there's a windowsill, you can do like a little lower, the same thing. You can of course do whatever your drink is, get a side view of you, like taking a drink of your drink. You can go to the counter. I know someone said the other day they asked for permission. I never asked for permission. I walk in like I own the place and just do whatever I want. So I think that's fine too. But you could have the transaction or whatever. Yeah, you see, we're like owning this place.
Proof.
Good.
Totally.
Perfect.
Okay, that was solid, Tara. Whitney, awesome. All right, Regina's Target. Rochelle, you're up, and then Kristen, you're next. Rochelle's good. Kristen, got anything? Dana, you're next.
I'm at home, but I'm gonna work on what Tara was demonstrating on the recording for Monday. So
Perfect. All right, you're all set. Dana, you're up. My queen,
All
do you have
right.
any questions? You want to talk next, babe?
I have my daughter just went into her hair appointment and it's my friend's salon. So they will definitely humor me and help me, but I'm not sure what I want to do in there.
Oh, I love that. So your daughter, if she's getting her hair done, she's sitting in the chair so she can have the phone and like turn when you walk in and kind of turn around, get some like not panoramic, but you know what I mean? Like she can kind of get that little movement of you coming in. I'm sure the hair lady might have some ideas too. Maybe put it in front of your daughter on the desk where she's getting her hair done and you get behind her and be like, it's so cute. I love it. Kind of like you're, petting your daughter's hair or whatever. My daughter would be like, don't touch me. But those little real moments. What else? You could have her video you maybe looking at like different shampoos, like you're shopping. But literally she could do all that from her seat. So that's the good part about having like a little buddy.
I'm definitely bribing her with shopping after this. So I'm writing all of your
totally.
ideas.
Yeah.
Well, Dana's on 2 locations. Let's go, Dana.
Yeah.
She gets extra credit if she comes up with ideas.
Okay.
Kids have good ideas. She might even give you from the shampoo bowl. Maybe her perspective when she's in the shampoo bowl, you could like go stand over her or something like that. Captive audience.
Fun. Love it. All right, Dana, have fun with it.
Thank you.
April, you're up. And then Lisa, I see that you're at home. So we'll just answer your question in a sec. You got the home shots already for Monday. April, what's up? And then
I
Judy,
think
you're
I'm
up.
good. I'm at a coffee shop, like a cute little coffee shop. So I think I'm just going to do what Tara said for Whitney.
Awesome.
Perfect. And you know what, Lisa's question in the comments I saw already about like, should it be on 0.5 or 1? So like, for an example, Curtis is literally like an arm and a half length away. So I turned, see, we're right here. That's his hand. So I did 0.5 so that I could get like a more of a backup view of him right here. So play with that. This is a great time to experiment, like learn for yourself. Definitely, I suggest the 4K for better phone, video quality, but I would play with the different depths. I would keep this in mind when you're in one, like level one or whatever that means, one depth, which probably means normal. You can zoom in and it'll be really clear. If you're at 0.5, if you were to zoom in later, it won't be as clear. So keep that in mind. But I like the zoom out because I'm going to use it just as is and then have writing on it. So now we have two more before I answer. I have a couple reminders too, Curtis, after we get through everybody.
No, you can keep going. If you got the reminders now, Tara, spit them out.
Okay, perfect. So a couple reminders. Curtis always mentioned it. Take note of like when you're further away, which side you're on might want writing. Now I'm a little dyslexic, so I always do both sides so I can decide later. And you can always flip it to like do the mirror image. If you decide, oh, I want the writing on this side or that side, I get confused with that. So I always just video both. So I have both. Another thing to keep in mind too is, can you guys see how like this, it's not a light fixture, but there's that, whatever that is, like a column right here. Yeah. So when you're filming, I would take, that's like a little extra credit. When you're filming and you're setting up your camera, find something that's like a pillar or a window or something where you can see it straight up and down. And I always kind of level my camera with it, even though it might not look level, but I make it so whatever's showing in the camera shot is lined up with that. It just makes for a cleaner video. It just does. So whatever it does to it might not be totally level, but in the view, it'll be that column will look straight up with the side of the phone, and it's just like a little extra touch. I think that's it. So remember that all the depths in 1x or regular settings, we want to be close up, mid, far away, and then experiment with other depths just for your own experimentation and finding cool things.
Perfect. All right, we've got last two. Juhi, any questions? Carrie, you'll be after Juhi.
I don't usually do that. I keep putting it off, so I think I got it.
All right, I know you got it. We know you got it, Juhi. 2 high fives. You're ready. Good to hear it. Carrie, what you got?
Sorry, I couldn't unmute. I'm good. I'm at a coffee shop, so I think I'm good. It's also a plant store, so
perfect.
I'm in good shape.
Beautiful.
So another coffee shop thing that you might not think of is like if you're there with your computer. Like I have my bag here, my new bag. You're gonna see about that later. But like get a side view of you pulling your computer or putting stuff in your bag, like mundane things that you would think, why would I video that? That's perfect B-roll. Like if you're scrounging looking for a lipstick or a hairbrush or whatever, like get a little side view of that. It comes in handy, I promise.
Beautiful. Okay, so a few reminders, then we're going to go. Here we've got countdowns on like 2 minutes. So the first reminder is, do you remember when we talked about trust all of the last month and building connection? This is a small opportunity for people to meet you and get to know you through where you're at and what you're doing, right? Like there's going to be this glimpse of Megan and Tara's B-roll. Megan's a good friend of Tara's. Like they're the same age, they look totally different, but they have a similar energy. Like you're just going to get to see a glimpse. Tara has a new bag. She's not going to tell you about her new bag, or she might, but like you're going to see her bag, right? So just remember, like when Tara said, go pick up the lipstick or wear your headphones or go get your coffee or whatever, like you're just going to let people get to know you just a little bit through the B-roll. So don't forget that the mundane stuff is the real stuff, right? Then the next thing to remember is while you're out at your location, whatever you're doing, don't forget that after we come back for feedback, when we come back, you're going to break one more time and you're going to go do your dessert, I called it, which is your really uncomfortable B-roll, your silly, your funny, your exciting, your scary, whatever it is. And so Tara's already looking for funny, weird things her and Megan could go do. So don't forget that's going to be your last assignment at the end of the call. If you're in your flow and you see the opportunity right then to do something that, again, lets people get to know you or, laugh or, makes you cringe or whatever you're going to do, like do the dessert too. You're welcome to do it while you're already out. So here's what we're going to do. You are going to have, let's call it 25 minutes. So if you need to put a timer on your phone, do it. Set 25 minutes to go make all your B-roll shots that we covered. You're going to come back on here at the 45-minute mark from wherever you are. Just jump back in. We'll do another round of, if you have a question, if you have a comment, if you need some help, so that way we can make your B-roll shoot extra productive when you wrap up. If you come back early, I'll hang out. So if you just need to come back early because you're done, cool. Last guideline, do not spend more than 3 minutes or 4 minutes not shooting. Don't think, just turn your camera back on, get another 30-second shot, get another 60-second shot. You don't have to do this just one time. get better and better, because I promise the second or third or fourth time you do it, you'll feel better. So if you can get 3 or 4 reps in right now, even better. So Tara, anything else? We ready to rock? All right. 2 high fives. Everybody's off, but I'll keep the call open so you can come back. See you in 25 minutes.
Hey everybody, how'd it go? Are we having fun yet? It would be so fun if we were actually all together. We're gonna make that happen. We have to. We got some funny ones. We got some like silly funny ones. Anybody?
You wanna try like 90 seconds of chaos? You guys want to unmute and just hang out and see what happens? If it goes chaotic, I'm gonna mute everybody and then I'm gonna call everybody in order. But let's just see what happens if we're not muted.
It's hard to unmute on your phone. I'm having a trouble.
You did it. We can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, so did anybody do the funny one, like a crazy, silly one, like personality one?
We did.
Yay! Oh my God.
They got some good music playing in the Starbucks in Litchfield, South Carolina, y'all.
We're missing out.
It's jazz.
Smooth jazz. Apparently it makes her have a pimp moment. I don't know.
We pimped in.
Do you guys ever watch The Office? Did anybody watch The Office?
Yeah.
I love when, what's her name? The blonde. What's her name? I can't think of her
Angela?
name. Yeah, Angela. When she talks about jazz and she's like, just play the right notes. She couldn't stand jazz music.
Some smooth operator in here.
Smooth.
Funny.
I don't like that song. Sade. Bleh.
Oh, I love it.
All right.
Somebody's got to.
So the everybody unmuted experiment is working, I think. And here's what we'll do for about 5-7 minutes, maybe, is we're gonna see who needs what Tara and I would call like a debrief. So when we finish a call like this, when you finish a workshop or a training, it's really helpful sometimes if you have another person that you can go like share your experience with, because you can ask them like, hey, what did you think about that? Or you can share an opinion or whatever. Does anyone here need a debrief after your B-roll where you have like a question for Tara or you want to give some feedback for the group? If yes, just like start talking or raise your hand and I'll call you. But let's see, what y'all think? Anybody need a debrief?
So I don't need a debrief, but I just wanted to say how cool it was. Can you guys hear me or no?
We can, Linda. What was cool about it?
I just have never had the guts to do this, and it's really not that difficult.
Yay, exactly. And it's kind of fun, right? Like it's fun. Where are you at, Linda?
I'm at my favorite little antique shop in Fredericksburg. And I actually just went up to them. They have cameras everywhere. So I went up and I said, hey.
Yeah, just so you know.
Just so you know. They were fine with it. So
that's a good point. I never thought about that. Like they have cameras and maybe it would like pose some questions like you're stealing their merchandise or like videoing their stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
I never thought of that.
So yeah.
Maybe I'll try.
Yep. It's my favorite little shop. And then they have a little coffee shop attached. So, but I never would have thought to do this. So thank you for pushing me out of my comfort zone.
I love that. And it gives you a reason to like get dressed up. Not that I'm dressed up, but like, put a little extra effort in.
Seeing everybody with makeup on is a big deal right now. I'm like,
right?
Yeah, everybody looks so good.
Hey, super fun.
Linda, thank you for sharing. Give me a thumbs up real quick or something if you felt like Linda. Did anybody feel like Linda? Like, oh, I would have never done this, but I did it and it wasn't that bad. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a question. You don't have to answer it now, but if you can answer it now, it'll be really helpful. What would have to happen for you to do this again without us prompting you? And if you know the answer, do you know the answer, Linda? What would your answer be?
Well, I think I'm just going to do it. I mean, I instead of planning it in my mind, I always had to plan like what the footage would go. I tried to plan the reel first and then get the footage based on the reel. Yeah. And so for me, it's like, if I'm out and I could just grab something, like I can use, I mean, I even brought a change of clothes. I'm going to another place because I'm going plant shopping. So I'm like, oh, well, we may as well do that. But I just never, it's reversed it for me. Like I don't have to plan the reel and then get the B-roll to go with the reel. You just get the B-roll and then you just use it. And that's just been such a shift. That's been the biggest shift for me.
Oh, I love that, Linda, because it has to be a part of your life or you're not going to do it. Like it's too overwhelming to think of like, what am I going to wear? Like to plan out this big shoot or whatever. And I also brought a sweater and a ball cap in my car. I wish I'd have brought shoes because I really regretting my footwear decision, but that's okay. So I'm going to put a different sweater on and get a little more before I leave because I have a couple errands to run to. Same thing. And actually I'll be swinging by the Target. So I'm definitely going to do the cart ones. We go to Target all the time. So like you wouldn't even have to plan. Like literally you're at Target. You just have to turn your phone on and it's so simple.
Well, and maybe somebody else is like me where I'm trying to come up with the ideas for the reel. And I'm like, okay, I have to have this footage of me doing this in order for this to make sense. And that doesn't have to happen.
Exactly. It doesn't. You can occasionally, but for the regular, it doesn't. You just need the content. And so funny, you'll have a bank so many times. I'll think, oh, I need something for this idea. And I'll be like, wait, I have something that would work. And it's like, that's easier than going and recreating it all the time it would take when I have something that's pretty darn close and it'll work. And again, 1 day shelf life. So, you don't have to marry the idea. You can always do it again. You can always do it better, but done is done.
Let's go. All right. So you're just going to do it again. That's pretty easy. That should help most of us do it again. Or I see Carrie in the chat. I scheduled a time with a friend. That was something I was going to recommend because how many of you are usually in the business of letting your friends down? Yeah.
I felt like I was doing what Tara told us in the last video where I was talking to myself, but like pretending I was talking to somebody. So when people looked at me, I was sort of like, like talking into thin air.
You're like,
but I'm so glad I came to this place. I mean, it's one of my favorite coffee places. I haven't been here in a while. And then she told me, I'm like, I'm going to go outside. And she's like, well, the back is heated right now. And I'm like, that's where I'm sitting right now. And it's just like all just wooded. Nobody's back here. I'm like, okay. So I had 3 minutes to film before I had to get on here.
So good. And here's the piece that like you don't think of. You might make friends along the way. People might ask. I mean, some guy asked me where Chico's was. I didn't know, but it was really nice. He felt comfortable asking. Come out with my video selfie stick. And I think it's neat how sometimes doing something like this you might meet that next person that who knows where that goes, but it gets you out and doing your thing and you'll get more confident and you'll network and get better each.
I am on my second cup of coffee though. That's not going to help me with this.
Oh, it might.
I'm sure it might. If you haven't done the zany one yet, April, just get to your third coffee and let us know how it goes.
Right.
Totally. And for your next beverage, you could try a dirty matcha. The matcha with a espresso shot, a shot of vanilla. It's quite good.
Keep going.
Oh my
Keep
gosh.
talking, Tara. We might be at the bar later on.
Hey, invite me. That's where we want to be.
All right. So one more check-in before we talk about what you're going to do next. And I think what we might do, Tara, is we'll give out the assignment of everybody what to go do next. And we won't check in after that one if you didn't do kind of like your zany dessert one. But we'll do a little bit of additional Q&A and then we'll just like break and have everybody give them a thing. But for anybody who's not with us live, was there anyone here who had a different experience than Linda where you're just like, I'm actually a little more stuck? That didn't go as I thought it would go. That was a little bumpier than I expected. That needs to kind of check in. So, to give us the chance to react. Anybody not have a really positive experience doing this?
I think once I get out of my house, I'll be a little bit more positive.
Well, tell us about the house. What happened? What did you do in our 25-minute break, Lisa?
No, I did like what I had put in the chat. I'm set to work out because that's usually what I do in the morning after I get my kids to school. So I got my sneakers on, put the baseball cap on, put my lip gloss on, and jumped on the treadmill, and then I did some footage of me packing up my daughter's care package for Valentine's Day.
Oh, cute. Aww.
And that's it for now until I can get to Target and to the coffee shop.
Perfect.
Lisa, are you snowed in or no?
We're not snowed in anymore. We do have a lot of snow. It is super cold here though today. And I've been in my house, I'll put it this way, I've been in my house for a week because of the cold and 2 of my kids got sick. So I have been housebound until today. So, and I'm actually supposed to be at work today, but I'm like, I think I need a respite.
We're glad you're here.
For myself today.
Totally. Glad you're here. Well, another thing too, Lisa, to think about is Remember, we want people to see things about our lives. You have kids at several different ages, right?
Yeah. I have a 16-year-old at the high school and I have a 7-year-old in second grade.
Yeah. So I like to think of like little things. Like I bet there's shoes. I bet you have little shoes and big shoes, you know, sitting out like sorting shoes. Think of B-roll where it tells a story without you telling the story. So like for instance, if there's shoes all piled up by the door and you have a video of you sorting them, like the big kids' shoes, the middle kids' shoes, the little ones' shoes, like people know, oh, she's got kids and you know what I'm saying? Like, and you could just, not that the video would be about your kids' shoes, but it like shows a story. It shows a little of your story. And like you pack into Valentine's bag, that was perfect. Or like the kids are sick. So it's like, you know, how many boxes of Kleenex have you gone through? Or, you know, it's like Clorox time, you know, that'd be a great video too. Like you're getting out. Well, I know plenty of people are like not into Clorox. I still use Clorox, guys. I haven't crossed that bridge yet. I'm gonna get better on the clean products, whatever clean products you want to use. But like so many people right now, I bet their hands are dry and cracked. I know mine are because I'm washing them like crazy. We have a baby at the house, right? Super relatable, tells a story about your life, what's going on in your life without telling the story, right?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll say too, just like Curtis challenging me, I guess it was last week or the week before, just to film 3 to 5 minutes a day, like has pushed me out of my comfort, but it's also made me realize how stupid it is. You know, like it's not a big thing that we overthink and get worked up about. And today was the first time for me not doing it at home. Like I went to our little, sorry, I'm driving, to our little downtown Edmond area and like almost busted my butt walking on ice and went to my coffee shop. But just doing it every day, like even at home, you know,
that's so smart.
doing laundry
I love
or
that
whatever
challenge.
has really
3
made
to
it more
5 minutes.
comfortable.
Yeah, 3 to 5 minutes
just
a day.
every day I have to
stupid
film
easy,
something.
really.
Yeah. And then I've actually used some of it. Some of it I'll never use, but it's just getting in the habit of recording myself and being more comfortable with it. So it's been good.
Thanks for sharing that, Rochelle. I'm going to go ahead and mute because I'm getting a little bit of feedback. So I'm going to mute everybody here real quick, and we're going to start moving in the direction of anybody else who's still ready to go shoot their next shots in the location. We're going to get you out of here and let you go do that. But I want to make a couple of comments. I'll respond to Rochelle's first. So if you all remember, for those of you that are here with us live, that we're in Content Accelerator, you're now kind of you're nearing the end of month 2. So you've been here almost like 60 days. And the entire first 30 days was just spent trying to help you get in the habit of creating and posting content daily, right? And I think for many of you all, you're over 40, 50 reels in the last 60 days. And so I'd say like kind of habit achieved. I don't think there's a person here who isn't regularly thinking about, you know, what do I post today? I forgot to post today, posted today, you're still posting in the chat. So what we expect as you transition into month 3 and why this B-roll workshop live was so important for everybody in Content Accelerator is because for the next month or so, we're not going to talk a lot anymore about what reel you should create or don't forget to get B-roll. We're going to start moving into stories and calls to action. And we're going to talk about batching, which will be back to like creating reels, but it's not like, oh, you should make this. It's like, no, you should batch like this. So we're about to transition to a place where you as a content creator now have a responsibility and an opportunity to maintain your daily habits. And what you just added, Rochelle, for example, is like an advanced content creator daily habits. Right now, your B-roll is going to look both sort of diverse, fun and interesting, exciting, and it's going to set your aesthetic. It's going to look consistent. Oh, she lives in Oklahoma. Oh, I recognize that building. Oh, there's her new store. Like it's going to, as Tara said, it's going to tell the story without you having to focus on telling the story. So for everybody else here, if you don't yet have that Rochelle 3 to 5 minute habit, this today was your practice. Like Megan and Tara were back in 11 minutes. That's how fast their, multiple B-roll captures was. And they showed me, I don't know how many clips, 6, 8, 10 clips, like, because it can be that quick. It can be 3 to 5 minutes in your day, wherever you're going that day. And you just add it to your daily habit list. Now your B-roll becomes part of your trust building stuff. Now your B-roll helps you convert when you start doing call to action stuff. So Rochelle, that's a huge breakthrough. High five. And then, I think the same could be said for Lisa, just sort of in a different stage, right? If you start to capture your real life at home, as Tara said, it tells the story of life at home. then when you get out and on location, when you go do your things, you're already even more skilled and practiced about, oh, let me not forget to get the cup. Let me not forget to get that in the shot. Let me turn my phone around. Let me do this. Let me do that. Like, that's the whole point of this, was just the practice, the repetitions. And then for everybody that remembers the techniques, and if you don't, bring it up in a future Q&A for how to turn like 3 clips into like 4 B-roll reels, right? That you can reuse and repurpose. And so for many of you, what you did today, if you now you spend time editing, you spend time thinking about your clips and creating your little B-roll library on your phone, and then in edits or in Instagram, you probably have like 9 B-roll reels out of today, something like that. So that's the power of a shoot like this. So last but not least, Linda, or no, sorry, it was Tammy. Sorry. Tammy said, I felt like I kept repeating myself, and I don't think I completed the 2-minute one. I had that same experience, Tammy. Like I did it just sitting at my chair in Starbucks. So I did my 30-second one. It was like me getting my drink and then coming back a couple times. And then I did my 1-minute one. That one wasn't that hard. I walked to the door. I walked back. I walked in front a couple of times. When I got to the 2-minute one, I also felt like, oh, I'm just kind of repeating myself. Like, I don't know what to do. So what I did was I moved the phone and I just kind of like did it again. So I like grabbed my phone and I like I started the video on and I sat it down, and then I picked it up and I was like, I don't like that angle. Let me put it on this side. And then I picked it up and then I turned it around and then I moved again. And I did the same thing again that Tara had taught us to do. But the reason I did it all again, and it's okay to be repetitive, is because there's going to be one when you start to edit it where you're just like, oh, I like the light better, or the camera straighter, or the columns there, or that's funny, the person walked by, or I like my face better in this one, like whatever it is you want to show. So I don't think you have to worry about being repetitive. In fact, I think, if you think about like the best communicators and the best leaders, they have to repeat their message multiple times for it to sink in for people. And so when you're out at a shoot, don't be afraid to repeat the same stuff multiple times, because you're going to turn that into 10 or 15 B-rolls, and they're going to like start to recognize you, start to get to know you from a different angle or whatever. So I don't think there's any problem for repeating yourself. And then you'll get more creative, I think, the more you repeat yourself, because when it's second nature, like for Tara, it's second nature. She turns on the camera as she's walking in, and she does every angle without even thinking for a split second about it. And she's done in 11 seconds, and that thing could chop, a bunch of times. For us, it's not second nature yet. So it's going to feel super repetitive. But when the repetitive stuff feels second nature, that's when you're going to get creative. And that's when you go, you know what? I always do this. Let me do this. Let me try that. Let me put my phone on that shelf next to the, thing of coffee. You're going to try something new. But if you don't make some of these basics second nature, you probably won't stretch yourself and try something new. So I think don't worry. And all the rest of the stuff, comes from repetition, and then comes from your Instagram data that they tell you what works, and like, oh, that B-roll does really well. I'm going to try a different hook. So this is just the beginning. Y'all, like, not to again feel like you're starting over, but this is the beginning of you becoming an experienced sort of capturer of B-roll. So great feedback, super good stuff. Tara, I think what we're going to do is, and for anybody who's still at location ready to go, most of you, I think we're going to say like, hey, you should now go get another shoot. Like, do the funny one, the silly one, the zany one, the exciting one, the crazy one, the one you haven't done yet. Go do your dessert. And then if you want to redo, go again. Do another 2 minutes, another 30 seconds, another whatever, because I don't want to waste the momentum. For anybody who already did theirs or doesn't want to go, we'll hang on the line for like 10 or 15 and do a quick Q&A. It could be about this or it could be about anything else, but we're going to stop the recording. So for everybody who's watching the recording,
one thing I'll take, can I give one little hint real quick?
Yep, jump in.
So one thing I was going to suggest is sometimes you have to do it to know what you don't like. And I know Carrie put in there too, she doesn't know the angles she likes for herself. So Megan and I outside, we did a couple things that when I went back and looked at it, I'm like, oh, I don't like that angle. And so now I know I'm not going to put it at that angle when we're sitting at a, you know what I'm saying? Like, you learn so much just by doing it. And so it wasn't a waste of time. I know now I'm not going to set it there and then come at this angle and sit down because I don't like the way that looks. I'm going to make sure it's on the other side or whatever. And those are things that, like, I don't think anyone can tell you or teach you. Chat sure can't. You have to like do it. And so just by experimenting, now you know. So if that happened, like already right now, I can already think of something Megan and I can redo and it'll look better from a different angle because I didn't capture it before, because I already know I'm not going to use it because I don't like the way that it looks right from that angle. You could go back and do that again right now. So keep trying and keep experimenting with this. So much fun. I'll let you close it out, Curtis. Thank you.
I'm glad you said that, Tara. I actually think you just made the most important point of what to do after your B-roll shoot. You need to watch it. So just again, we take for granted what Tara does because she does it so naturally. Here's exactly what happened. Megs and Tara walked back in. Tara pulled up a chair and she instantly opened her phone and started showing me the viewer. That's just how she processes like this shoot. She doesn't save it for like later. And she's like, oh, I'll look at it now that I have all this B-roll. She looked at it. She watched it for like 6 or 8 minutes. She already knew what she liked, what she didn't, what she thought was funny. The one she wanted to show me was pretty funny. Megs had a favorite one too. It was not the same. Megs had like a bird on a table. She was thinking of a funny reel. And then her and Tara were like looking at these like magical stars inside a Neiman or something. And like they both touched it. That was hilarious. Like, but it came from the watching, right? And then she already trimmed it. So like now what you're doing again is making this so much more usable. You're turning this into practical, because I can promise what's going to happen is if you don't watch it and you don't even like touch it or check it out, you don't like unwrap it today, you're going to remember you have this shoot, but you're going to think it's bigger than it was. You're like, oh, I don't want to use that because I'm going to take me so much time to edit, or like, you know, I don't think I like that. You don't know if you like that because you didn't watch it. So that would be the next thing I would do when you get off the call today. Rewatch your B-roll real quick and just spend 5 minutes watching so you can see what you like. And if there's anything you want to record while you're here, go re-record it and then go capture your dessert. There, I think that was the best thing to close it out. For anybody who's watching the recording, I hope this was super helpful. You know, we call this the B-roll workshop, and I think you should be able to do a lot with everything that you've learned here. For those of you live, this kind of marks the end of the second month of your content accelerator. Next month, for those last 4 weeks, we're really going to focus on, you know, creating opportunity to test conversion. And that's what's coming next. So Tara, I think we'll stop the recording for everybody who wants to go stay on location, do your shoot.